Good morning, everyone. I am so excited that you decided to join us and are able to join us today for this Facebook Live. We'll kind of get started slowly to make sure that people have time to jump on here. We're going through our event page, which is something new to us. I don't always love the technology part of things, but hopefully you all can ask questions. And I do have a great person behind the camera filming today, so if he sees any questions, feel free to ask. You can also email us later or Facebook message us on this thread, and we are happy to answer any questions. My name is Bridgette, and I'm the founder and director of Second Chances Wildlife Center. Second Chances was founded approximately 11 years ago. We have rehabilitated numerous animals, not just bats. However, today's live Facebook feed is all about the bats. Right? Our goal is always to rehabilitate and release native species. So the bats that we are working with today are a little bit different. Egyptian fruit bats, or Aegyptius, Rhamsetis aegyptius, they are not from Kentucky. They are not from the United States at all. We will be keeping these bats permanently. We could never release a non-native species into our ecosystem. That is just bad news all around. So it messes up the balance. They don't know how to survive. You just should not do that. So these bats came from a different state. They came out of Texas, where most unfortunately, they were caught up in the middle of the pet trade. So it's great to have pets. They're so meaningful to people. They're so helpful on an emotional level. However, most people really should stick with your dogs or cats, or maybe even get crazy once in a while and get a ferret, right? Not a bat, not a raccoon, not an opossum, not a skunk. So these animals need very, very precise care, and most people do not understand the care that these animals require. So these animals were caught up in this pet trade. I will just give you a very, very gross understatement. They did not come from very good conditions. They had rotten fruit on the floor. They had roaches crawling on the floor. The substrate was a mulch that contained urine and feces. So we scooped up as many as we possibly could care for, and they are just getting ready to enter their brand new home sweet home, where they have offerings of so much enrichment. Bats are highly, highly intelligent animals, and they need enrichment. They need to fly, they need to be mentally stimulated. So we have all sorts of colors. They do see in color, by the way. These are fruit bats. They need to see when their fruit is ripe to eat. So they have lots of toys. They have lots of things to do in here, different feeding stations, different housing. They all are one close-knit family, except one is being introduced to the group today for the very first time. They had been at my house for special round-the-clock medical treatment and care, so they are being reintroduced or just introduced to their new family. So without further ado, I'm going to open this door. We have 3 separate containers in here, and these bats will be set free in their 8 by 18 foot home. Thank you to anyone who has chosen to donate to their building. This was a lot of work. It was not a cheap project. Bat World also helped provide us a grant to complete this project. So we have a room that we have temperature control over them. We have control over the amount of humidity they have in here, the amount of light that comes in. Even the whole building itself was designed for one window, so they can have some natural light in here. They can see daylight, but not a whole lot of other windows coming in. There's just a lot of design that went into this. So this is perfect for them. Let's see what happens when they are awarded this freedom and this wonderful new home. With a slightly squeaky door. Okay, so the first box, would you like to come in here? Come on. Do y'all feel like you're coming in even though you're at home on Facebook? I do have to shut this door, so would you like, okay. Okay, this box, oh, you know what? Can I have some gloves that, oh, can I do that? You say, can I have some gloves that magically appear in here? And look, they were already in here. That is some serious magic. I'm very, very excited about this. This is one of my all-time favorite rescues just because of the conditions that they were in to where they're going now. So it's just amazing. These bats definitely are not cuddlers. I would love to cuddle with them because they're so cute, but really it's about providing them an excellent home. So Egyptian fruit bats are one of the smaller sized fruit bats or medium sized fruit bats. They're the only ones that still use echolocation. They also still reside in very dark depths of caves, and most of the other fruit bats do not reside in the caves. So let's get some of these guys out here. This is Farah. That's really awesome. This guy's paying attention here. What's going on? What's going on? So that was Farah's baby that just flew, and this is the one that is just meeting her family for the very, very first time. She was eager to get out. Oh, here we go, here we go. This is Farah. Farah only has 1 foot. That is why we have had her, but you can see she's fully flighted. I knew they would love that. That little pink cloth that's hanging in there, that came from their previous enclosure, so they recognize the smell right away. They recognize the appearance. They love that. They're talking. They might be gossiping about where they are. Sweet little ones. Okay, these guys are definitely ready to come out. We do have one very young one in here. Here's one that was just born about a month or so ago. Here, baby. Three males have been neutered, and I think there's one more that is due to be neutered, and we're going to get him. Okay, here we go, here we go. Here we go, baby.
You said they can see in color, right?
They can see in color, absolutely. So this guy likes to hang out at the bottom. His thumb does not work too well, so he just likes to lay on the floor. He's very, very laid back. He is one that we can easily identify with his coloring. Oops, oops, wrong way, baby, wrong way, wrong way, wrong way. It's okay, it's okay. So you can hang out at the bottom if you want. It's okay. I'm actually glad that there's a couple on the bottom. So there's nothing wrong with those bats. They do sometimes, it's very typical behavior, will hang out at the bottom. This one especially, and one that was from my house, Farah, they like to lay on their back and rest their legs up like somebody in a lazy boy chair. So our floor is designed, there is very thick rubber padding like you would find in an athletic gym. On top of that is plastic to make sure that we are staying nice and clean and sterile. And on top of that are sheets that get washed daily. So things are very nice and clean, and for subtle crash landings, it's nice and soft for them. So a lot of thought went into this, remember? Okay, 2 down, 1 to go. We'll figure it out, and they will all be snuggling next to each other before long. This is the one that has a tough time climbing. Here, baby. Wanna come up and hang? You can hang with your friends. This is a true story. But there's many, many times where this one has a tough time hanging at the top, and the other bats will put their wings around him and help him hang with the rest of the colony or the family. They're quite amazing.
That is a real family right there.
That is a real family. How cool is this, you all? How awesome is this? It's so exciting. I say this makes my day, but really this is probably the highlight from last year and this year combined. We have just been working non-stop to be able to provide this wonderful home for them. If you would like to continue to help support these bats, we have so many ways to donate online. If you get to our website, which is secondchanceswildlife.org, there are ways that you can donate through easy as registering your Kroger card, getting us hooked up with you on Amazon Smile. You can just click donate for monetary donations. We can turn around and use that and buy these guys lots of papaya and bananas and mango and all sorts of yummy stuff. We also have an online wish list. We appreciate you, and I will look forward to reading any questions and happily answer them in the future. But thanks for sharing this special day with us.